A quick new idea, daily, from the world's greatest TEDx talks. I'm your host, Atossa Leoni, and this is TEDx Shorts. Depending on your line of work, you may find that your workplace is offering more options for remote work. This cultural shift has allowed many companies and organizations to redefine not just workspaces, but jobs as well. Bridget Loudon is a former consultant at Bain & Co. and co-founder and CEO of Expert 360. In today's talk, she asks us to look at the ways we could restructure our careers.
Some time ago, I was working with the leader of a large organization, and when you walk into their offices, it's pretty cool. They've got one of those big wall gardens, floor-to-ceiling glass, kombucha on tap. Everyone is uncannily upbeat. And still, they were losing people, and the CEO wanted to know why. As we're walking to this first meeting together, he turns to me and he says, "Bridget, you saw we got beanbags, right?" I was like, "Yeah, that's great." And as I sit there, high in this tower of dreams, what's crystallizing for me is that this situation is not unique. Across the globe, so many jobs are going unfilled, and in those same cities, our brightest and most engaged workers, many of them are leaving the workforce, and many are never coming back. So if work doesn't work for so many people, why do we do it this way? Why do we do it just this way, in this specific structure? Actually, for thousands of years, work was pretty flexible. It wasn't until about 200 years ago during the Industrial Revolution when we started to put this rigid structure around how work could or couldn't get done. Right? At that time, we had few workplace norms or standards. And so one by one, we introduced them to provide initially protection, support, structure, and voila. We had a standard language and way in which work and workers could come together. And we called these neat little units of our economies and of our lives jobs. We didn't think about things like working parents, career breaks, career changes, the post-50-year-old experienced worker, the highly mobile millennial, because they didn't exist. And companies, organizations, their needs have evolved even more than our own. They need to be able to deploy different skills and expertise at different times to meet an ever faster pace of change. So when you consider all the advances in technology, our immense progress as society, it's no wonder that a system of work we designed in the 19th century is no longer working for us. It's okay. We've got this. We can change. So what is the solution? What's next? It's not beanbags. It's not just beanbags. In the future, I think organizations will still have a permanent workforce, but they will also have a project-based one. And the people in it will be rolling on and off work, maybe taking some time out to walk the Camino, writing a book, caring for a parent, engaged in a bunch of other projects. Because as project-based workers ourselves, we may belong to the project panels of a bunch of different companies with whom we have trusted relationships. And for those of us who maybe stayed in a full-time job, an intense one, a little longer than we'd wanted because we feared the alternative was nothing at all, we can do the work we love and live. Perhaps young graduates will start asking as well as, what's my path to promotion? What's my path to project-based working? And companies will compete to build community, culture, professional development around their project-based workers. And as was necessary during the Industrial Revolution, our policymakers will focus their energies on how to adapt to support and protect the rights and realities of this new category of worker. because we will all have a new category of work and worker that is unambiguously understood, valued, and respected.
The TEDx talk you just listened to was recorded at a TEDx event in Sydney, Australia. All TEDx events are independently organized by volunteers who believe in TED's mission of ideas worth spreading. Special thanks to the organizing team at TEDxSydney. Want to listen to more TEDx talks? Visit our website at ted.com/TEDxShorts. I'm Atossa Leoni. Thanks for listening, and see you tomorrow.